On April 2nd, President Trump will launch one of the most aggressive trade policies in modern American history. These aren't just tariffs, these are payback. For years, America's biggest trading partners have slapped our exports with sky-high tariffs while enjoying easy access to our market. How does that even make sense? Now, Trump is flipping the table. In this video, we break down what reciprocal tariffs mean, who's getting hit, and how this could reshape the global economy. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which country you think will hit back the hardest. Let's break it down. Reciprocal tariffs are simple in theory. If you tax American goods at 25%, we'll tax yours the same. In practice, it's a global economic grenade. Many countries have built their industries on trade imbalances. For decades, America tolerated it, often to maintain alliances, win diplomatic favor, or preserve stability. But it came at a cost. It hollowed out our manufacturing towns, we've lost millions of jobs, and now we have strategic vulnerabilities. Trump argues that reciprocity levels the playing field. His supporters say it brings fairness. Critics warn it could spiral into a protectionist standoff. But one thing is certain, the days of American patience are gone. You may ask yourself why now? Well, because the world has changed. America is entering a post-globalization era. With rising tensions in Asia, the war in Ukraine, and the fragility of global supply chains, Washington is rethinking everything, as it should. We started pulling manufacturing back home, we're investing in strategic sectors, and we are demanding allies stop taking advantage of outdated trade deals. April 2nd isn't only about economics, it's also about power. Trump is drawing a red line in the global sand, signaling that if you want access to the American consumer, you better come to the table fair and square. You know the big names, but there's other countries that are also going to take a hit. Let's start with Mexico, our number 4 import partner, close neighbor, crucial to nearshoring, but also a major source of our trade deficit. The auto industry alone is deeply entangled with U.S. supply chains, so these tariffs could scramble production lines across North America. Japan, a major auto and electronics exporter, a longtime ally, but with a huge surplus. Japan also benefits from favorable trade access while keeping its own markets relatively closed, especially in agriculture. Will Tokyo renegotiate or retaliate? Germany, Europe's industrial powerhouse. It's protected by EU trade policies and a frequent target of Trump's critiques. Germany's economy depends on exports. Tariffs could bring pain to the EU. South Korea, vital for semiconductors and tech, but also walking a tightrope between the U.S. and China. South Korea's balancing act might now shift under pressure from Washington. Each of these nations relies heavily on exports to the U.S., and each will need to decide whether to retaliate, negotiate, or adapt. And this isn't just about taxes, it's about leverage. The post-World War II trade system was built on multilateral cooperation, but reciprocal tariffs are unilateral. They throw sand in the gears of globalism. If America succeeds, others will follow for sure. If it backfires, we could see retaliation, economic fragmentation, and a full-on global trade war. This policy could also accelerate the collapse of outdated institutions like the WTO. Countries may seek smaller, regional deals instead of global ones. In short, we may be witnessing the birth of a new trade order, one where the U.S. picks its partners and sets the terms. This was just the beginning. In our next episode, we'll dive into Mexico, how it became America's manufacturing hub, why it's so vulnerable to Trump's tariffs, and how it might fight back. After that, Japan, Germany, and South Korea, each facing very different choices, each navigating a world where the U.S. is no longer playing nice. Subscribe, comment below, and follow this series as we track how the world reacts to April 2nd. Because this time, America isn't negotiating, it's retaliating. This is Frank for America's Geopolitics. See you next time.